Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Pratik and you're watching Sportsquation, where we just don't talk about sports on the surface but in depth. Today we will be reviewing the second day of the third test match between India and England. Session by session, let's start. Firstly, it was a good day of equal footing for both teams, and both teams really played well. England just put their ego on the side and played some natural test cricket, which is quite rare to see nowadays, especially in England. But they played really well, and India took out the break throws from time to time and put breaks on their batting as well. So overall, it was a good day, good first day. The pitch is actually good for both batting, bowling, and spin as well. Both pacers were effective, spinners were effective, and a spinner getting a wicket on first day is quite a rare to see, especially in foreign conditions. In Sena countries, it is really rare to see a bowler getting turn on the very first day, which is again just brilliance from Ravindra Jadeja as well. Washington Sundar also had some deliveries which kept low, and the bounce was uneven as well, which going into the coming days would gradually decrease, and maybe it would result in us getting us seeing wickets, which would be really ugly to see, maybe, because I think that the low bounce will be really effective against batsmen, and as India will be batting fourth, it would be tough. Not un It won't be like a completely disaster, but I think it would be tough and it would be a challenge which I think Indian batsmen should take heads on. But going into this second day, Joe Root was on 99, and the very first ball he was facing, and just Bumrah took a great edge. If there was gully, it could have been straight into his hands, but there was no gully, and it ran down to the boundary, 4 runs. So Joe Root completes another 100 at Lords. It's like it's inevitable him scoring hundreds at Lords, especially scoring hundreds against India. It's like what Steve Smith does. He actually plays those long innings and just frustrate India a lot. And Jasprit Bumrah was bowling really well in the morning session, and eventually in the third over of the day, he struck, taking the wicket of Ben Stokes, who was looking really uncomfortable considering he had a groin injury. He had tried bowling before the match started, and he was bowling well, but I mean, he didn't seem uncomfortable. But starting from the day, in the second over itself, there was a run out chance, which if taken, he was miles out. But unfortunately, that didn't come. But after hitting a boundary, he got out to Jasprit Bumrah, which was a peach of a delivery and the goat stroke. And in the next over itself, James Smith came to the crease, obviously. And in the next over, there was a very good chance of Sir Mohammad Siraj taking his wicket as well. But then again, the fielding, man, the slip fielding, that resulted in James Smith getting a chance. KL Rahul couldn't hold on to the chance, and yes, he was dropped on 5 runs. Unfortunately, the the edges were not carrying on day one, but on day two it carried, and KL was just, I don't know, he was switched off or he didn't expect it to carry, but he dropped an easy one, and so Smith got the lifeline. And let me talk about Smith. Be it any Smith, if your surname is Smith, you are destined to score runs against India. No matter what your name is, whether it is Graham Smith, Steve Smith, or now Jamie Smith, every Smith that has come across India has scored runs, and that is so frustrating to see. He again, after that lifeline, got a 50, But back to Bumrah, in the next over itself, he removed the all-important wicket of Chorut, which was again a brilliant peach of a delivery, a Jaffa, as we call it. And then in the next ball itself, Chris Wokes tried to cut it and he just edged it, and no one was actually hearing it, but KL was the one who pointed it out that it was an edge, and he got out. And it was again a good review to take. And 2 into hat trick ball, and Brendan Cast comes in. Now Brendan Cast before this series had a very decent outing with bats. His higher score was 40 something or even 39. I just don't remember it, but that it was close to 40. And no one was expecting him to score any decent runs. But in the last innings, the second innings of the second test match, he was the one who was frustrating Indian bowlers and was making it tough for Indian bowlers to take that last 2 wickets. He stitched a partnership with Tung first, and then he and Bashir were hitting the ball quite well. And in this series itself, he had his best highest score, and then he got in and he survived the hat trick ball. And then it was like a partnership started to build. Those two were building it. But before that, there was a slight moment which I would like to actually point out, which was really crucial for this partnership to build. So the ball which India were using, it was swinging, right? But it went out of shape when Jamie Smith hit it for some boundaries. And it was like the Duke's ball, it is changing so rapidly in such a short duration that it is becoming harder for bowlers to actually control it. And Shubman Gill and his bowlers tried to talk to the umpire that this is not the way this ball should be. And so they asked the umpire to change it. The umpire took the ball, saw through his rings that you have to put the ball in the rings, and if it doesn't pass through both the rings, one is a short ring and one is a big ring. If it doesn't pass through both the rings, then the ball is said to be bad in bad condition, and that you have to change it. Okay, that's the rule. Okay, they did it, and it was not in a condition. Obviously, it was like it was split, like it was flattened out by the hitting, and that shouldn't happen at all, but it happened. It's fine. Okay, when it happened once, so the fourth umpire has to bring the back that you have to change the ball. Okay, they brought it. They choose another ball. Fine enough. Then after 10 overs, just 10 overs, a ball should last for at least minimum 80 overs. And if not 80 overs, let's say it survives for maybe it should at least minimum survive for 50 overs. Okay, that's too much. Fine. 30 overs, it's fine. At least 30. It should at least survive for 30 overs. It survived for just 10 overs. What's the use of it? It's of no use. If it's surviving for 10 overs, if its condition is so bad, you are giving the other team an old ball. I would say they might have given the Indian team an old ball. I can't say because I have not seen the ball completely. But they might have given the Indian team maybe a ball which was 20 overs old, and that just in 10 overs it became nullified, and then again the hitting started and they built a partnership. They built. They got a 50-run partnership. The score around that time was 270 odd. It went to 325. Jamie Smith got a 50 right at the stroke of lunch. The ball was changed after 10 overs again, and still Shubman Gill was not not happy with it. He was arguing with umpires. The bowlers were arguing with umpires. They were talking about it, talking. But the umpires didn't even have a single ball, which was around that old, which is totally unacceptable. It was a new ball. It was just maybe 20 overs old at that point of time. India bowled 10 overs yesterday too, and then today morning maybe 12. Let's take 12. And after that, another 10 overs. And then the ball was changed three times. Three. And yeah, and just like that, the unbroken partnership reached till lunch. India went into the lunch break, sad, a bit tired as well, and it was a hot day. It was a really hot day. No cloud cover, nothing, and a bit angry after lunch. And I think so. It was 60-40 India, 60 England, 40 India, because obviously India should have cleaned up the tail, but they couldn't, which is a lifelong problem. It was before Bumrah, after Bumrah, it was before Zair Khan, after Zair Khan, it was before Kapil Dev, after Kapil Dev. It's a problem that we just can't get rid of, a historical problem. And just like that, England went on lunch with 3 wickets still in hand. Then afterwards, India comes in after lunch, and so Mohammad Siraj takes the all important wicket of Jamie Smith. Now, after taking the wicket, he does the number 20 celebration, which is directly a form of respect to the recently deceased Diego Jota, a Portuguese footballer. I'm rest in peace, and hope his wherever his soul is, he's fine. And it was a really respectful moment by Mohammad Siraj, and I respect him. He has always done some or other celebration, which was actually great to see. He's a very fun character, and a humble one too. And just like that, Jamie Smith was out, and now we thought, man, come on, please, this would be it, please, just get rid of them. But no, Brendan Gass was also there. After that, he also started hitting some shots. Bumrah was hit for fours, and it was so frustrating to watch. Archer didn't hit some boundaries. He didn't go to his natural instinct game, which is he always tries to hit the ball. He wasn't hitting the ball itself, which was again frustrating to see. And just like that, Bumrah took Archer's wicket. He just bamboozled his stumps as he was doing throughout the game. And just like that, Bumrah, Jasprit Balbir Bumrah, has his name on the honors board, which is beautiful to see. It's just poetic justice to him. First Indian after that historic 2014 test to have a 5 wicket haul and his name on the honors board. The last Indian to do so was Ishant Sharma during his 7 wicket historical feat, which helped India win the test match in the second innings of that 2014 Lord's Test. The only good memory of that disastrous tour, to be honest. But other than that, then came Shoaib Bashir. He also frustrated us. Then Mohammad Siraj came. He bowled some really good ball. There was a edge which Dhruv Jurel couldn't take. It was a tough catch, so no, won't be too critical about it. Then there was another catch which Akashdeep couldn't hold on to. This was 2 to 3 balls before, and then that catch dropped. Akashdeep's catch dropped. It was also a tough one. Again, not being critical. Then he hit a four, which was actually a six. The umpiring in this game, man, that is also a thing which needs to be taken into consideration. It has not been that bad, but the umpires have been really questionable. And That was a 6, but they gave it as a 4. And I was like, if the umpire has given it 4, it should stay 4, right? But then they changed it and it was all fair play, and it's okay. I understand that as well. But after that, again, India had a great. India were bowling well, and finally Siraj took the wicket of Brandon Cast and ended the innings. And England ended on 386. They were around 270 when their seventh wicket fell, and then their tail added another 110 or 116 something runs, and it was 386, which is quite a daunting task on this surface. Yes, you can score runs, but it's just an uphill task. The first innings lead is crucial in any test match. So it was a uphill task, and then the Indian openers came in. So the first over was bowled by Chris Wokes, who has a very great record on this ground, especially. But Yashasvi Jaiswal, man, that kid just went after the first ball 4. Then there was one which went through the slips, and then again there was and he brought 3 boundaries out of it. And then after that, he got out to Archer, who was coming back again. He was a really good bowler, and I am sure that Archer is in top nick right now. And just and then Jofra Archer came into the attack, and he just didn't let anyone settle. Like Yashasvi Jaiswal especially. 3 balls in, and Yashasvi Jaiswal was gone. His first test wicket in 4 years, which I was talking about. He is he is a bowler who can be threatening, but at the same time, if you take care of him, like let him bowl, make him tired, he will break down, and that's the thing. So Karun Nair comes into the crease, and again, he is another batsman who's looking good but not making big runs. And today he seemed much more comfortable. There was some balls that didn't go through well, and he and KL made sure that India don't lose another wicket, and went to tea on 51 for 1, which was again a good thing. But after coming back from tea, it was a completely different thing. Karun Nair was likely playing really good shots, 4 after 4, and it was really amazing to see. Before tea also, he played some very nice shot. There was one ball that went through. He was being barged with short ball also, and Brendan Cast was troubling him a lot, as we have seen throughout the series. But there was one archer ball which he tried to play on the leg side. It was a bit shorter, and it just went by the field of that was Ben Stokes in the leg slip, I think so, and it just went by him, and it was so. But the English were like, "Oh shit, missed a chance," and I was like, "Okay, that is good." And then after tea, also he was playing really well. And for the first time after that 300 knock, he came into the 40s, and again he Stokes was bowling. He edged in the same area where he got out in the second test match, first innings, and Joe Root took a blinder of a catch. I think it was a 50-50 call, and I think it might have touched the ground, but I will give the benefit of doubt to Joe Root as well, like many other people have doing, because it was a splendid catch, and he's a person who won't just claim something which isn't done, and it was a brilliant catch. Again, Karun Nair falling for 40, which is done doing, and good for him, because making comeback is tough, and right now the team needed you, and it is again a uphill task, but you just didn't make use of that opportunity. And there is a young prospect who is actually a great prospect with his bat flow and everything, Sai Sudarshan, waiting. So maybe you won't get enough chances and you are just not making it count. And unfortunately, tweets can take you till a certain degree. It can give you opportunities, but it is up to you to make those opportunities count. And so far, he had made the ball old, but unfortunately, he hasn't made the opportunities count. So he goes for 40, and the man informed the guy who India is backing on right now. Shubman Gill walks in, and he looks good. So uh, KL is informed he's playing his shots well, well, well. And mind you, KL has to make the drop catch runs as well, which was 45. Smith was dropped on 6, and KL and then got 51. So KL has to score 45 runs because his numbers are not starting from 0, it's minus 45. So he scores at a very decent rate. He scores 50, which is again great. And Stokes asks his wicketkeeper to come up to the stumps for Chris Wokes. And just, I think Gill was unlucky. That was actually a good ball and he couldn't have done much. He edges it and just reflects. I think Jamie Smith did catch it at reflexly by his reflexes, and he was not trying to catch it as all, but he caught it somehow, and then Shubman Gill fell for 16, which I think so. He crossed Virat Kohli's tally of runs in the 2018 series, but unfortunately he didn't get another big score, which I was hoping he might get because everyone is talking about that owners board man, and I think so that owners board. I think he will get a lot of opportunities in the future, but I think this was another great opportunity with this side, this bowling lineup. Instead, maybe in the second innings he will get another opportunity, but let's see what happens. But Rishabh Pant came into bat and he looked a bit injured right from the first ball. It was quite evident. His finger is not looking good, and hopefully he uses some spray or some painkillers just to bear the pain and get India into a very good position, because he was not hit like his usual self. He was not hitting the ball and he was playing too maturely. At one point of time, he was 6 runs of 10 balls. And considering how he played last innings, especially that second innings in that test match, he just came and hit that innings. He played with 100 strike rate, and here he was defending the ball. It was like, am I dreaming or what? Is this really Rishabh? But I understand that. But he still played some very matured and very nice shots. He swept it, but then again he scooped that one. Then there was one ball where he tried to hit hit it to the covers where the fielder fielded it, but unfortunately he went a few steps to Bashir and then came back into the crease to take it. He was trying to take a run, but came back and he yelled like, "No, ah!" It was like that, and I was like, "Oh shit! Did something happen again?" And I just was scared that if another wicket falls, because Akashdeep was also padded up, and I thought that if another wicket falls, India is in deep trouble. But thankfully, none, thankfully, Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul made it safely, and now they are not out. Both of them. KL scored his 50. Hopefully, he scores another 100 at Lords and get his name on the honors board again. But more importantly, he scores a crucial runs. He has scored around 53, 55, which is around 10 runs right now because 45 runs it dropped. And yeah, that's the thing. India is looking in a very decent position. This session went to India. The previous session also went to India. But I'm concerned about one thing, just one thing, that this pitch is looking a tad bit flat with each passing day. I mean, the lower order of England scored so many runs. So I believe that there are runs to be scored and India should exploit this, especially on a day where it is said to be the best day to bat. And I just wish that there would be odd ball doing something or other, keeping low, maybe turning, maybe there will be swing seam. But I believe that India has the capability, India has the talent, India has all the resources that they can. And with the informed Ravindra Jadeja to come by, and NKR also has some experience of playing a very good innings in under pressure, especially that 100. But more than the 100, I would say that first two innings in the first test of 40 odd, those were actually crucial innings as well. I think he can play that Fordle, but he needs to be confident in his skills and play every ball to the merit. And Washington also. I would urge that India might go with Washington if a wicket falls tomorrow morning because his defensive game is much more suited and he can play that long innings sort of thing along with a certain player. Like if let's say KL Rahul falls, then Washington should be the one going in because Pant will play his shots. He will make the scoreboard ticking, keep the scoreboard ticking, and another player should hold the fort. Don't let that end be open, otherwise it would be complete disaster. And hopefully India comes back tomorrow, takes a lead ideally, and if not take a lead, let them have bat as much as possible because this England team can break down, crumble under pressure, and we have seen this. Even in India, when they came, they crumbled under pressure. Even in the last match, that happened. So just put the pressure. Don't let them get away easily, like you did in the first test. Because if you do that, you are doomed to end up like the first test. The result will be the same. Right now, on current basis, the possible results are England win or a draw. India win is still a question mark. Let's remove that question mark and put a full stop tomorrow. Let that day be ours. And with that, I take your leave. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, subscribe and comment यार please. I want to know your opinions. आप लोग कमेंट ही नहीं करते हो यार. At least comment. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like the video, dislike it. It's fine. But to comment because I want to engage with you guys here. This is your channel as well. It's not just mine. And with that, I take your leave. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And Jai Hind. India जीतेगी.